You ever walk into a packed concert or a busy shopping mall and just feel your internal battery drain instantly? It's like the moment you step through the doors, a countdown timer starts in your head, ticking down to when you can finally escape back to your quiet space. You see all these people chatting, laughing, moving, and your brain just goes, nope, abort mission. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And it's not just about being an introvert. There's a much deeper psychology at play when it comes to hating crowded places. Today, we're going to dive into the different mindsets behind this feeling. And you might just recognize yourself for someone you know in one of these profiles. First up, let's talk about the sensory overloader. Imagine this: you're at a street festival. To your left, a band is playing loudly. To your right, someone's shouting into their phone. The smell of fried food mixes with perfume, and bright, flashing lights are everywhere. For the sensory overloader, this isn't just background noise, it's an assault. Their brain is like a computer with too many tabs open. It's trying to process every sound, every light, every movement, and every smell all at once. This is often linked to being a highly sensitive person, or HSP. Their nervous systems are wired to process sensory information more deeply, while someone else might easily filter out the chaos. The sensory overloader's brain takes it all in, leading to mental exhaustion, irritability, and a desperate need for a quiet, dark room. It's not that they don't want to have fun, it's that their definition of fun doesn't involve their senses being hijacked. They'd much rather have a deep conversation with one person than try to navigate a sea of stimuli. Does that sound like you? Next, we have the personal space guardian. This person's internal alarm system is all about proximity. You know that feeling when someone stands just a little too close in the elevator. For the personal space guardian, a crowd is that feeling, but multiplied by 100. Their discomfort isn't just about noise or lights. It's about the physical closeness of other bodies. They feel a loss of autonomy, a sense of being trapped. Every accidental bump or jostle feels like an intrusion into their bubble. The psychology here is tied to our primal need for safety and control. Our personal space is a territory we subconsciously defend. When that space is constantly breached in a crowd, our brain's threat detection system, the amygdala, can go into overdrive. It sends out subtle signals of anxiety and stress, making us feel defensive and on edge. These are the people who will always find the emptiest corner of the room, stand near the exit, or create a barrier with their bag. They aren't being rude. They're just trying to reclaim a sense of control and safety in an environment that feels overwhelmingly invasive. Then there's the social energy accountant. This person walks into a party with a finite amount of social energy. Let's say 100 units. A simple hello costs 1 unit. Small talk about the weather. That's 5 units. Trying to listen to a story over loud music. 10 units, gone. For the social energy accountant, a crowd is a place of rapid, uncontrollable spending. Every brief interaction, every polite smile, every moment of feigned interest chips away at their limited reserves. This is the classic introvert experience, but it's more than just being shy. It's about where you get your energy. Extroverts recharge by being around people. Their social battery gets a boost from interaction. Introverts, on the other hand, recharge during their alone time. A crowded room is the ultimate energy drain because it demands constant, low-quality social output without the deep, meaningful connection that might actually feel rewarding. They can be incredibly social and charismatic in small groups, but a crowd forces them into a deficit. Before they know it, their social account is overdrawn, and they need to retreat to balance their books. Finally, we meet the anticipatory anxiety's architect. This person's dislike of crowds often starts long before they even leave the house. Just the thought of going to a packed event triggers a cascade of what-ifs. What if I have a panic attack? What if I can't find the exit? What if I get separated from my friends? What if it's too hot and I feel faint? They build an entire architecture of worst-case scenarios in their mind. This is often connected to forms of anxiety, like social anxiety or agoraphobia, which is often misunderstood as a fear of open spaces, but is more accurately a fear of situations where escape might be difficult or help unavailable. For this person, a crowd represents a massive loss of control and a high potential for embarrassment or danger. The stress isn't just about the crowd itself, but about the fear of their own reaction to it. To avoid that potential catastrophe, they simply avoid the situation altogether. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. They fear losing control in a crowd, so they avoid crowds, which reinforces the idea that crowds are something to be feared. So, which profile resonates with you? Are you a sensory overloader, a personal space guardian, a social energy accountant, or an anticipatory anxiety's architect? Or maybe you're a mix of a few. Understanding the why behind your feelings can be incredibly validating. It's not a flaw to dislike crowds. It's just a reflection of how your unique brain is wired to navigate the world. If any of this feels overwhelming, remember it's okay to set boundaries to protect your energy and well-being. And if these feelings are severely impacting your life, speaking with a mental health professional can provide tools and strategies to help you feel more in control. Let me know in the comments which type you relate to the most. It's fascinating to see how many of us share these experiences. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into the human mind, consider subscribing for more. See you next time.